President Trump and Lafayette
Part
Gregory
14.
Allen, Steven
Shalom unto
Avery,
you.
convicting a murderer
So I'm just going
to let a serial rapist remain free.
reading
TikTok,
from the
Matt.
Hopkins, Hennepin County, Minnesota police report detailing their reopened investigation into an SA case that occurred, if I recall correctly, like 90-ish time frame. And I have the I also have the process of the DNA match from the Minnesota BCA regarding like all of this as well. So on 1/5, he contacted the victim and said he was going to have to go visit Allen in Wisconsin and get another DNA test to confirm that the match was indeed to him. So on April 27th, 2005, he contacted Detective Brian Drum of the Dodge County Sheriff's Office in Juneau, Wisconsin. He advised him of the case and asked if he would assist me in securing a search warrant for the DNA buccal swab since his department had jurisdiction. Detective Drum stated he would secure a search warrant and asked that I fax copies of the report to him. I faxed him the reports that same day. And this is by Laudenbach, 5405. So Teresa, let's keep our timeline. Teresa Halbach was reported missing October 31st, 2005. So Steven Avery, parallel to this, is in the middle of his civil suit depositions. In May, foul play, we did a bunch of podcasts trying to do a timeline of this, but they were already taking depositions in the civil suit. So May 3rd, he goes to Juneau, Wisconsin. So when did he call him? So in a week. At 8:30, he arrives in Juneau. He meets with Drum. He gives him the warrant. It was signed on the 2nd by Judge Kloss of the Circuit Court for Dodge County. They go to Waupun Correctional. They arrive at the prison at 9 a.m. They verified Allen's identity visually via his prison identification using a Minnesota BCA buccal swab. He took a DNA buccal sample from Allen and secured the sample in the provided envelopes. After securing the sample, he read Allen's rights per the Miranda decision. He asked if Allen understood, and he said yes. He asked Allen if he wanted to speak, and he indicated he did not. And so they left without questioning him. Smart defendant. Never talked to the cops without an attorney. The reading of rights and Allen's, nothing against cops, and Allen's declination to speak to us were digitally recorded, and the compact disc of that recording has been forwarded with this report. Now, this almost seems like it was written. That's an unusual word to use in police reports. In legal filings, yes, but in police reports, that's curious. On May 4th, 2005 at 10:11 a.m., he brought the known sample kit to the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Affairs, I think it stands for analysis. The sample was taken in by the evidence technician Levon Beck of the BCA. On 5/5, at 10:45, he spoke with the victim to advise her of the status of the case. A copy of the search warrant and Allen's prison file have been forwarded with this report. Investigation to continue. 5405. I'm interested about this gap because that's curious to me. That's curious to me, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you see this bam, 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 right? Everything's happening, and then there's a February, March, April. There's almost a 4-month gap. I think that 4-month gap was his boss calling, and this is a theory, his boss getting with the DA calling Wisconsin DAs who work for the, with the Department of Justice. They're talking to the AG's office because Steven Avery is in the midst of a civil suit, and they can try and play dumb, which is what they've done. They didn't know, but they knew. And when you look at how Gregory Allen keeps getting moved, anytime Steven Avery's case comes up, when he was still in prison the first time wrongfully, it's like they're shuffling him around. I'm not sure what the purpose is, but it's really weird. And so, why not just pay the man? You know what I mean? Why not just own it? It's not like y'all don't have a shit ton of money. You know, and so what would, I have so many thoughts about why they chose the route they chose instead of just rightfully compensating the man the first time. And if you choose not to do the right thing, it's because doing the wrong thing seems to be the only way to do it. And you're only doing that is if you're only going to choose that route. 1, if you think you can get away with it. 2, if allowing Steven Avery's case to be settled or to continue is going to expose even more stuff, right? Because that's the problem with civil suits. And because if you don't settle them, and it's really good attorneys that are, asking questions, they're going to, especially in the wrongful conviction realm, because it's not justice if you're putting the wrong people in prison. You're allowing the real criminals to remain free to create more victims, and you're weaponizing the legal system, and it's lawfare, right? President Trump is a prime example of how there are these individuals who have weaponized government, the justice system, just about every damn thing, to be honest. And yeah, so I was off by a year. So the case that he in Hennepin County in Hopkins was 1991. He was convicted April 15, 2008. They dismissed 2 charges. They only convicted him on the 1. He was transferred in December of 2007 from Wisconsin to Minnesota, and he pled in April of 2008. I'll put up some receipts, of course, and then to be continued. I done forgot. I think we're going into 15, part 15. Shalom unto you.